Hello YouTube, this is Neon, the 50-year-old openly gay, or perhaps not so gay black man. The LAPD, I believe the LAPD, is drug trafficking on a massive scale. Because of COVID-19, there are so many people doing drugs now in my neighborhood. My neighborhood, it's more densely populated than Manhattan. Second most densely populated district in the city of LA. And isolated tons of people using meth, coping, dealing, massive drug trade. And I know the LAPD is helping. How do I know, or what makes me convinced? Their cars were used doing the same maneuvers to secure the traffic of drugs that cars that I had been observing for months were doing. The reason the LAPD started doing that was because I was giving these vehicles and these people and these pedestrians on cycles and in so many different forms. I was cussing at them, screaming at them, singing Christian music, dancing to the YMCA, eating my lunch, just living at my window that overlooks the balcony. It's almost the center of the heart of this probably more than 1 mile, like more than 1 square mile, drug distribution network. The heart of it is near LAPD Rampart Division, and it's at least extends from Alvarado to Burlingame, but perhaps further towards the LAPD Rampart Station, and then from 3rd to 6th. And in the course of these 2 months, 10 to 15 hours a day, just sitting at the window while I'm eating, while I'm praying, while I'm drinking water, and observing all of this craziness and realizing that, oh, my neighborhood's a distribution network. If you put a top over for example, the few open parking lots that don't have buildings on top of them, if you put just a big box on it, you realize, oh, that looks like a flea market. You can't see what all is being exchanged because they're being slick. But it's meth and G and God knows what all other narcotics. So they use the alley between Southwest Lake Avenue and Burlingame between 3rd and 6th as a major drug corridor. Rather than just running it up one of the streets, they choose to run it up the alley because the drugs are produced in rooms that are close to the alley. These buildings are very long residential buildings. They extend from the street to the alley. So they're like a block long or half of a block long type buildings. So they've monopolized all of the buildings that are along the alley, the fire escapes, the windows. In some cases, there's actually balconies that face the alley. Sometimes there's windows. Sometimes it's a fire escape, or it can be the 1 or 2 windows that don't face the alley, but that if you look at the window, you can easily see the alley. All along this, since COVID-19, all along this alley, you see people, and I've seen people in the daytime dealing drugs and all kinds of stuff. I cuss them out, scare them off. They've tried to attack me. They broke into our building, have tried to break into my room twice. LAPD did nothing. They tried to gay bash me once. LAPD didn't even want to do a report. They just wanted to do a fake incident report where they hand you a card with a number that nobody answers. I'd insist they do a police report, even though I was attacked by 2 men who tried to gay bash me. Same thing with a woman who was punched in the face, knocked to the ground. She's a homeless woman. The police went up to her. She was also turning tricks and on drugs, but obviously said, well, yes, I was assaulted, but no, I don't want to do anything. And the police told me, yes, she was assaulted, but she didn't want to do anything. They didn't even bother to say, well, did you see the culprit? Yes, I did. Do you know the vehicle the culprit was in? Yes, I did. They never bothered to say any of that. So, anyway, the LAPD is behind it, and as vehicles travel up the alley, if they're big shipments of money or drugs, there's always people set up in the alley like FBI agents who are trying to keep the location of a target. So there'll be one person definitely in the alley to let someone know across the parking lot, across the street, in front of the parking lot, to let them know that, yes, the shipments reach the alley. Then there's other people all along the way so that they can track the shipment by eye. So it literally looks like an FBI operation, but and that's just for the big stuff. We have people probably in my building that are now producing. This used to be a clean building. But anyway, after months of watching this, you begin to see how slick the cars are and how the cars travel and how the cars meet at specific spots, perhaps to transfer stuff from one window to another window. I could only see the two cars meet. I couldn't see where the drivers were. So they were very slick. But I've seen them intersect, or the two vehicles meet each other at that point, right? Maybe hundreds of times. And towards the end, when I begin to scream and whistle and make so much noise because nobody's doing anything, the LAPD started doing some of those movements. And I was like, oh my God, that's the LAPD doing this. They are securing drug trafficking routes. The first one I saw, I thought, maybe this is the Twilight Zone, I'm having a nightmare. The second one came up, he was just driving up normal, which is what most of the drug traffickers do. So I assumed he was just a regular police officer. I began to shout through my microphone, hey, stop, I want to talk to you. He just kept going. He said, hey. He just looked at me and waved twice, but refused to stop. They were letting me know, look, motherfucker, we're not going to help you. We making money off of this. Now, I have gone to other authorities, and I will continue to go to other authorities. But until this situation is resolved, because they have so much power, and because I'm the only one that's battling them, I can't leave my room. I can't go shopping. I can't even go for a walk. I'm locked in my room like a prisoner until this situation is resolved, because after COVID, there's like 6 times or 10 times the meth consumption. These greedy, evil demons and monsters, they're just like, all these dummies, they want to do meth because they're depressed during COVID-19. Let's make a trillion. And that's what they're trying to do. God's protect me. I'm not leaving LA. I've been pretty much locked up in my room, so I'll just stay locked in my room and ride this out and see what happens. But I have gone to other authorities. I no longer go to LAPD. I've called them hundreds of times and talked with them dozens of times. They minimize. They make it look like I'm making stuff up. Even with the guy who broke into my building and tried to break into my room. Oh, well, if you see him, give us a call. Can you believe that shit? If you see him, give us a call. And it takes him like an hour or half an hour, whatever, to show up. Hi, here we are. Where is he? He was there 45 minutes ago. That's the LAPD. They want to even hide all of the violence that's going on in this heart of their drug zone. This is, guys, you don't even know how many shipments I've seen. Unfucking real. 10 pounds, maybe hundreds of pounds. But the LAPD is helping. I'm convinced of it. So if you can bring media attention to this, please do. Please don't do like a white woman, a Karen, who's a nice person, but said, you need to move out of there and abandon all those people. That's what I'd like to do, but the truth is I don't want to leave under these circumstances. I don't want to abandon all these people. If you could hear that, someone just called me puto. I'm in the Twilight Zone. I'm locked up in my restroom. I'm going to do a spin. So you see, I'm in my restroom. See that? With the door locked. And I can still hear them calling me puto. Why are they doing it so openly? Now, by the way, if they think that I'm recording, they'll stop. So I'm actually going to walk outside backwards, because I think they're following me by infrared. So what I have, what you're looking at right now, well, not right now. You're looking at my window. Behind me, it's covered with multiple covers. They're probably trying to wonder, well, what is he doing? Which is what... So what I'm going to do now, I'm turning off. So they're hushing, but they were just calling me puto when I was in the restroom. Anyway, and shouting it so loudly that it could make it through. Watch this. Okay, I don't even know how the fuck to do this shit. I guess I gotta do it like this. No? Like this? Oh yeah, like this. Look at how many layers. I got a suit trying to hide the window. I got one. Right, one. God damn it. Okay, I got 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers. There's multiple layers down there. And then there's a layer of aluminum foil, because I'm pretty sure, well, I know for a fact they've jammed my phone, and they're able to actually shut off the phone app itself when they're doing massive shipments. So I have some aluminum foil as well, in the hopes that I can avoid them jamming my calls whenever they do these effing huge distributions. You know, just believe me. Don't think, just believe me, and expose this to the press. Don't call the LAPD, all right?